Hello everyone, welcome to week 8 of Cryptoria. This week we have been doing a couple of new features here to the game. We have had some sickness as well in the house, so we haven't gotten the most. It's just like last week. It has been ongoing with sickness around here. But if we just jump in here quick, one thing I've added is on this screen here. This is where if you complete a level, the little village here starts burning to show that you've actually made progress on the map. And if we jump in here, I'll show you all as well. We've added the selling button, so you can now actually sell your rooms. So here, you can start selling your rooms. So that is one thing we added there. Other than that, there's been a lot of bug fixes, fixing all the research trees, and just making sure everything works the way it's supposed to. We've also added things like, so you can see the names exactly how it is and experience. Just a lot of bug fixes and stuff. And I've also released the latest version onto itch.io. So if you want to go over and try the game out, that's one thing you could do. But the last week we also made I have made a pretty big decision here, where I've decided to discontinue this project here. I've been working on it for 8 months, 8 weeks straight now. 9 if you count the first part before I made the first video. So around 8 or 9 weeks I've been working on this project, having a lot of fun. I've learned a lot, but I think I want to discontinue it for now. I've got a couple of other projects that I want to work on, and I think 8 to 10 weeks. That's a good number for knowing if you want to continue a project or not. This is just pretty much just me making little projects and seeing what sticks and what doesn't stick. In this case, I really like how this works, and I'm probably gonna move over to a Tibia-like single-player RPG next, because there's a couple of things I want to learn. For this one, I learned a lot of things. AI management and making sure the FPS keeps up all the time. That's like one of the major things I've focused on here. Like optimization and stuff, and it worked out really nice. You can have a lot of creatures. I've done battles of like 50 versus 50 and it didn't lag at all. So I'm really happy with that. Other things that I've learned here, if we can just go and check, if we check the NPCs, one thing I paid a lot of attention to was the classes. So you actually have one class called unit, and then the unit turns into other. So all the base data is inside the unit, and then the sorcerer has some specific scripts for the sorcerer, the rogue, and so on. So that is one thing we did there. Scriptable objects was one very big thing I learned as well. I had used them before, but I hadn't really been using it in this way. So if we go into, let's see here, behavior, we have abilities. I added these as abilities here, and then on the scriptable objects here, you can see the arrow, the backstab. Every single skill in the game, including basic attack, is a scriptable object. Meaning that if I wanted to make a new basic attack, I could just change the cooldown, make the damage be bigger, the distance maybe be bigger, and things like that. So that's one thing I really got into, was behavioral scripts. Same with like civil behavior. Somewhere like in the middle of all of the programming, I got to the point where every single thing was inside the unit script or inside the worker script, for example. So by the time I got to work, I just added a script. So every time a creature wants to work, I just add the work script to that creature. Same with payday, leaving the dungeon, and civil behavior. Same with combat. We have a combat behavior script, and then we have melee attackers and caster scripts. So that was one thing I learned pretty early on this project, was to add that. And so now there is so much I would have to go back and fix for it to go over to this new system that I learned how to work. Same with another thing. If we just pick up one like the player here, and we go to the top, most of these are either some of them are private, but a lot of them are public, which is one thing I want to focus on the next project is to not use so much public, but instead use a lot of private. Make the code look nicer and more usable. So yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. I'm putting Cryptoria to the side, and I'm gonna work on this new single-player RPG game. And hopefully next week I'll have the first video up for that one, and we'll see if that pans out. Other than that, I might work on that one for another 8 weeks as well. If that one doesn't pan out, I'll work on the next game, and I'll just keep on doing this, so I'll at least have what I've been doing, because this is how I've been working since, like, how many years is it now? 15 years of just constantly pumping out like these little small games and hoping something sticks. Sometimes they stick, and I keep on working on it for like months and months and months, but most of them 8 to 10 weeks just to see if can I do this, yes or no. But yeah, stay tuned, and next week you'll have the first video for that game. I'm excited myself, and I hope I learn as much as I've done in this game. Thanks you all for listening. I'll see you guys next time.